don't take painkillers. They're addictive. If you start taking them now, within few years, you're going to be so addicted to them, you may end up taking them for the rest of your life, and you're going to always need more.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Today we're going to talk about how we handle pain. Somebody asked us that question. What do we do when we're in pain? So, do I start as always?
Yes, please.
I think one thing's for certain, that when you're eating only fruit or even predominantly fruit, pain is much less intense than it is if you're eating anything that's cooked, especially if you're eating animal fleshes and animal secretions. So it really helps just by doing that, by eating only fruit will help you with dealing with all manner of pains and all manner of issues that you're going to have in your body, whatever aches you get. And when we're experiencing pain, that's actually a time that you should not eat at all. If your pain is severe, especially, you don't eat. And your body probably won't have appetite to eat if you're in pain anyway, because the body is naturally telling you, stop now, I'm taking care of this. Avoid painkillers as much as you can. We don't take painkillers. And because we don't feel pain much anyway, Katushka has experienced pain a lot more than I have because of her spinal injury. It's led to all manner of issues that she has had to experience throughout her life. So she can talk and give more information on this than I can. But I know for myself, if I'm feeling under the weather, if I'm feeling some kind of pain, then I don't eat. And the most severe pains that I've had over the past couple of decades, well, maybe it's more than a quarter of a century ago, I was getting extremely bad toothache. And I know that it was always relieved by me not eating. So that's what I did. It really depends. Toothache especially, you don't want to eat when you've got toothache because you're only going to make it worse. Just don't eat. If you're in pain, retreat from the world. Go and lie down in bed and don't eat. And if you need to, just drink some water or some juice.
That's right. It's still fast, or just drinking juices, or for people who are not fruitarians, eating just fruit will definitely benefit in a healing, because where is the pain, there is something wrong, and it needs healing. Regardless where that pain comes from, if the muscles are strained or something's going on with your inside body parts, you may have stomachs, pain and what have you as well, and any other pains. But as Mango said, I had spinal injury with damaged spinal cord. Actually, there is videos I'm doing about this. If you're interested, Mango can put link. And I was lucky. I will talk about it in those videos in detail, but I got good treatment, and therefore my mind was positive. I was in a very peaceful environment. I just enjoyed my life to its fullest, and during the recovery treatment, I fully believed, always pictured myself as I'm walking. I never even let myself to think I will end up lying like this. So I recovered pretty well. I could walk with one walking stick, but I could walk. I was able to be mobile as I need to. I could get on a bus, on a train, anything. But I was getting pains. And I went to the doctor, and he gave me painkiller. And I didn't take the painkiller. And I have a friend, she was working in the medical field, and I told her what happened. I said, look, I went to the doctor with the pain, he gave me painkillers. I think that's not right. She said, don't take the painkillers. They're addictive. You're only young. I was only in my early 20s. She said, if you start taking them now, within few years, you're going to be so addicted to it, you may need to eat it for the rest of your life, and you're going to need to eat more. So she fully explained to me something I never heard before in my life, and it made sense to me. And she said, go there and ask him to give you therapies, like go exercise in a pool and so on. So then I went to the doctor and I said, I don't want the painkillers. I thought of it, and I think the better treatment would be if I can go somewhere to exercise and somewhere to exercise in the water as well. And he write me those things, and I could go there. So I learned in this world, if you don't ask for it, you don't get it. If you don't know it exists, you don't get it. Nobody comes to you and say, this doctor could, but he didn't. And I learned this is common in this world. People know your rights, who they sit on the other side of you making decisions for you. You have to know what you have a right to, and you have to ask for it. Then you will get it. So he got me those treatments, and I learned also the most important thing for me was when I start feeling the pain is coming, I have a rest. I didn't care. I may walk on the street. I felt the pain is coming. I just lie down somewhere where people don't walk too much. Even on a footpath, I didn't care. On my back for 2 minutes, and I was fine. I could get up and keep walking without pain. And this is what I learned. If I leave it for longer, the longer it takes for my pain to go away. So, because I'm somebody who don't like pain, who doesn't invite pain. Some people may even like pain. I'm not one of them. Or they say they can handle it well. I'm not one of those people. I can't handle pain very well. I just don't like it. I just wish it would disappear altogether from the world. And I learned the best thing. Any discomfort, even when I felt sick with stomach because I ate something weird, I would lie down. And if I was disturbed too much with the discomfort, I will go in a cold water. I will just have a cold shower or just warm, comfortable water, just bath, relaxed in a bath.
People don't understand that pain has a purpose. Obviously, nobody likes pain. Nobody likes to suffer. But pain is there for a reason to let us know that we're doing something wrong. It's actually to steer us in the right direction. So that generally speaking, if you're in pain, it's because you're doing something you shouldn't be doing, or something is not quite right. Something isn't right. So obviously, very clearly, if you put your hand above a candle, a lit flame, you're going to burn yourself. And if you weren't looking what you were doing, that pain would be there to get you to move your hand straight away because you're going to damage it if you don't. So that it's very obvious that pain is there for a good reason. And secondly, people don't understand how much food influences our body and how much food can make us feel more pain if we're eating the wrong kinds of foods. People don't understand that. I remember once I was living in Sumatra and I was friends with this Scouser, a guy from Liverpool. He was about my age, slightly chubby, and I was always telling him how good fruit was and how he should eat more fruit because fruit was the right food for him. And he got a bit fed up with me always talking about fruit, that I wouldn't give it a break because he just didn't want to hear it really, because he wanted to do what he was doing and he didn't care really what I was saying. And I was telling him it will cure everything, it will stop everything. And he was telling me he always had pains in the knee, and he said that's not something because I'm not eating fruit. That's because I had an injury on my knee. I fell over, badly hurt my knee, badly hit my knee. And I said to him, look, I know that's what you feel, but it's not the truth. You're not understanding the truth of the matter. Of course, if I'm fruitarian and it hit my knee, my knee's going to hurt too, but it's going to heal a lot quicker. You've had that knee injury for the last 2 years and you still haven't healed it. And I'm telling him because he's trying to make excuses that cooked food and the way he's eating isn't the reason for everything, but it exactly is. He didn't understand that. His chronic pain that he was getting was because his knee was always inflamed. His whole body was inflamed. When you're eating cooked food, that's what happens to you. You become constipated internally. It's not just constipated down here in your guts, but everything is constipated. The blood doesn't flow properly. Everything gets constipated. And when there's that constipation everywhere, it also causes pain. So eat clean. You'll be doing yourself a big favor.
That's right. I also, because part of my recovery, the big part of my recovery was physical exercise. I learned that exercise is very good to deal with the pain. So when I exercised regularly, I didn't actually suffer pain. When I gave up and I stopped exercise, after a while, I was getting more often pains. I'm very observant, so that's what I was doing. And when I came to Australia, as you know, the people who are already here for a while, I always loved fruit. So when I come here, of course, when I saw all the fruit, that's all I want to eat, and that's what I started to eat. But I was eating only fruit for about 2 years, maybe a year and a half, and I started getting these healing sensations, like bubbles going through inside, and it's very pleasant feeling. And I had that injury when I was 13, and I started eating fruit when I was 28. So there is never too late. And even I ate much better than average population in that country. I still didn't get those sensations until I was already for some time, over a year, maybe almost 2, on the raw fruit. So this is proof that if you don't eat only fruit, even if you think you eat well, I ate a lot of raw fruit anyway. You closing the door to your healing process. You closing your body to be able to do it. And it's, once you know the truth, you will be very amazed how much little you need to deal with the pain. Also, this is very important, I don't want to forget. I had, maybe I should do a video about this separately, but in a detail, but because my injury, spinal injury, and I was paralyzed from waist down, and people who got that injury, we suffer pains at times, like a stabbing with the knife. And it's very unpleasant. That's the only pain I really can't face at times. And this is a longer story, but I never needed nothing. I never had those pains big. And I got them big after something happened, which I didn't tell you yet about. I want to tell you in the future. I got my body intoxicated, and then those pains really, really hit me hard and often. Normally I would have it once in 6 months. And God sent me the lady who is a homeopath, and she actually helped me. She made me the formula, the drops I took, and it really helped to the extent when I can handle the pain. But it happened that sometimes that formula from naturopath didn't work, and the pain was too big, and I was just screaming my head off with the pain. So Mango decided to try help me with a Reiki, and it worked. So again, the Reiki sometimes worked, sometimes not, but the more Mango practiced Reiki on me, I think more often it worked. And so then I stopped using the formula because the pain was so small. Mango helped me with the Reiki. And that's better without formula because even the Reiki works on it, but there is nothing extra put inside my body to help me to overcome the pain as in the name of that formula. So this happened more naturally, that the body more dealt with it, not some additional thing in my body. All my body took the pain away and sent it away, I think. And so thanks to Mango and thanks to the friend who helped me with that homeopathic remedy, I am now for a longer time pain-free in my legs.
One thing I want to say about pain is that always be aware pain passes. Nothing lasts forever. And pain, much as it's difficult to live with, if you're doing the right thing to help it, it will pass. So you just have to be patient with your body, rest, and it will pass. And just know that. Keep telling yourself that it will pass, because it always does.
Yes.
Doesn't matter how intense it is. Some wise man once said that enlightenment is for now and toothache lasts forever. And I always thought there's a lot of truth to that, because toothache, once you're experiencing toothache, it feels like it's never going to end. but it does end. I experienced incredibly terrible pains in my mouth from toothache, and I never went to the dentist. And I always knew that they would pass if I ate the right foods. And because basically all the pain is you've got an inflammation somewhere, which is again about constipation. You've got an inflammation in your gum, and your body wants to heal it. So it's telling you, don't put pressure on this point now because I'm taking care of it. And that's what your body, when you're in pain, your body is taking care of it. People don't realize this. It's everything whenever you're feeling any discomfort, it's showing you that your body is working the way it should work. Even if we don't like what it's doing or how we're feeling, it's doing what it knows how to do. It's healing. And healing is always uncomfortable.
Yes, part of healing is not only to rest.
Yeah.
Part of healing is to eat right food.
Yeah.
Part of healing is to be in the right environment. See if you're in an abusive environment or if you're in overpolluted environment, adds prolong to the healing. But how I dealt with the mental pain, I will just immerse myself in the water, or I will start singing the songs, play the music and sing the songs, like play on a guitar, or some people may go for a walk, or just grab a really good book to put him on, to just
Even watch a movie.
take care of yourself on all levels. If you feel any discomfort, just stop. Be patient, because some pain may even come back, and some pains may linger for a long time. But if you don't give up, you will eventually get rid of it. If you give up, you will carry on. It will get worse, and you may develop some more serious problems from it. Also, one more thing, I used aloe vera, fresh aloe vera leaves. You don't kill the plant, you just get the bottom leaf from the plant. But the plant is perfectly alive and does everything it needs to do to live its life. And that helps also with pain with injuries, and it also helps with, when I used to have a toothache, I used to put on my gum the leaf, open leaf with the gel side on that gum. And as Mango said, I never need painkiller. I also wouldn't go dentist. I was terrified of dentists, but also aloe vera, it really helps encourage the healing and the pain. But I should do a video about aloe because I have a big experience and with many things. So if I want to wrap it up, rest, patience, believe it's going to get better, make sure you eat well.
Or not at all.
Or not at all. It's really bad to just stop eating. As Mango said, that's a good point. Naturally losing appetite. So don't forget about all those things, the environment and everything. Put yourself in a peaceful place, do what you like, and rest, and be patient.
So thank you all for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Yes. So thank you everybody for coming to our channel and getting inspired. And we really love you. We're really happy. The more people coming, thanks for new subscribers. And if you like the videos, show us by giving or just give some smiley in the comments, whatever you decide. And that way our video will be more available to more public, so we can share it that way more with the world that we have to say. We love you, and take care of yourself. Don't forget, cultivate love in your heart. It's the best thing you have in your life, the biggest value in your life. Until next time.